Hello everyone, how you doing? Welcome to another video. This is the Demoscene Report for the month of July 2023, and there were a lot of things happening in July 2023. A lot of demo parties, a lot of out of the compo releases and Demoscene media stuff. So I'm gonna probably have to split this into three parts. I'm not sure yet, but I decided to record this one right away. It's still the 11th of July, but a lot of things has happened already. So let's take a quick look, and for those who don't know what this report is about, I go through all of the news and highlights of the demo scene throughout the month and I summarize them into this video, so you have everything available on the description below, all the links to all of the things that I mentioned, and also a playlist with some YouTube things for you to check out if you want to check them on YouTube before watching them on the real hardware. So first things first, some demo scene related media that happened this month. Let's start things off as usual with FairLight TV. Bacchus has been doing a great job doing regular things on FairLight TV, and he covered also very well the Demo Party and also Pagadata. And he did this video on stable raster, so explaining a little bit of some coding trickery for the Commodore 64. Then other things that were released outside of Demoscene related media stuff, so it's not really releases, but it has been fairly recently put out available. It's a TIC-80 Bundler put together from Rift team. They did TIC-80 demo for Nova, and they developed this system to be able to collaborate a bit easier, to assemble multiple files of TIC-80 and throw everything together and compile the final cart instead of just dealing with the same cart everyone at the same time. So they put the system available, they cleaned it up a little bit, so if you want to check it out, do check it out. I should check it out myself because I'm working on a big project for TIC-80. So yeah, I'll let you know how it goes afterwards, if it's usable, if it's not usable, but it looks pretty good so far. Anyways, more stuff that was released, Demoscene media related during the early beginning of July. The JavaScript 1K competition has opened its doors. The theme for this session is luck. I think you have a month and a half to submit your entries. A few have been submitted already, as you can see here, but you still have time. If you like JavaScript and you like code golfing, please consider submitting something to JES 1K for 2023. Other things that happened, there was this Megavision #1 stream gathering of some sort. For those who don't know, this was about the Mega 65. Mega 65 is a sort of Commodore 64 follow-up with modern hardware, but keeping the original architecture of the Commodore 64, from what I understood. And they had this whole project going around it, and they did this live stream showing different parts of the project of Mega 65. So if you're interested in Mega 65, check out this video, which it is definitely interesting. Then we had a video who had a lot of very positive reactions by Citrix. He recreated what you would have in an 80s studio with MIDI, with your Atari in particular, because Atari was pretty known for being able to control MIDI out of it. So he went around hunting for the cheapest synthesizers that you could get at the time and recreated that bedroom studio sort of shenanigans that people used to do in the 80s, like a low budget but still wanting to get into electronic music, not really being able to go into Amiga and doing sample-based things, just sticking with Atari and MIDI. And he does a very good job going through all the different programs, all the little things, explaining everything very well. So very in-depth video, and it's only part 1. There's going to be a part 2 released later on as well. And Citrix is starting a small European tour, I believe, soon as well. He's flying into London around these days. He's also going to be playing at Evoke. So if you never managed to catch him live and you live in Europe, this is a good opportunity to catch up with him and see one of his shows. Then we also had released the old arcade from Fra. So it's not a new release, it's been around for quite a while, but it came to my attention, and it's pretty much Crow was putting together a cabinet of some sort to play some old school things, and he needed a front end, something to deal with the front end side of it. So you could easily select the demo and have it play whatever the different platform would be. So he created this little front end for MAME and for different platforms. And you can select what machine you want and have some demos playing for it. So if you're into doing that kind of stuff, like doing some cabinets, emulating different systems, this repository might be interesting for you to check out. What else? Demoscene was accepted as UNESCO Cultural Heritage in the Netherlands. This is the 4th country, if I'm not mistaken, accepting Demoscene as a UNESCO Cultural Heritage, which is going to help pushing forward the plan to have Demoscene submitted as UNESCO World Heritage overall, or culturally. So yeah, very good news for that front. Then we had this very interesting article raising the bar for IBM PC XT emulation, going over the emulation details for early IBM PC things. A very lengthy article going to a lot of small details, referencing some demos as well and some games that make use of some specific trickeries. Here they talk about Area 5150 for the 8088 as well, and other stuff. So very in-depth article if you like IBM PC things, EGA, CGA sort of shenanigans. Definitely check out this article. Then we had LFT releasing another of his weird ass instruments, this time using a Commodore 64. He did this weird, it's a guitar, but it's not a guitar. You can do some interesting stuff. He explains on the video, he plays the track and also explains how he built it. Like the rods are like distance sensor based. And it's used for making like the effects, the expression on the notes. So yeah, interesting stuff. As usual, LFT does some great videos. So yeah, check it out as well. What else did we have also released? We have a new version of RASM, a new, I want to say assembler, yes. A new assembler, multi-platform assembler for different platforms, targeting everything that is Z80 based, I believe. Should have probably read a bit more the specifications for this before recording. Mostly for the CPC, apparently CPC and ZX, so I think it's Z80 based. Okay, there's some references here. So yeah, if you're into different kind of assemblers, this is not a new one, but a new version of the old one that they already been developing. So check that out as well. Then we had, or I came into realizing that some folks are putting out some vinyl with some legendary Amiga music. You can see some known artists from the Amiga scene. It's 4-channel mods, but burned into vinyl or carved into vinyl, and available for download. So if you like Amiga mod music and you like some of the classics, these guys have been doing it, and like legit, they actually got licensing for doing this and burn it into a different array of editions. So do check it out. Then similarly, there's not similarly at all, there's a Fund Me campaign for doing a collector's edition of Stamps Back. The same director who did Mole Man 2, I think Stamps Back is Mole Man 4 or Mole Man 5, I think it's Mole Man 4. And they are planning to do a collector's edition with the long form interviews that they use for the documentary, like an edited version. So if you're interested in that information, it's mostly focused around the Hungarian scene, but it's very interesting to see all the dynamics on how the scene evolved during that time, especially in the 80s and the connection with the wall of imposed by Soviet Union, the embargo between the Western world and the Eastern world. So it's really cool to read about it. The documentary was really good, and I highly recommend you checking out this collector's edition if you want to see the long form of the interviews, and also support the project a little bit for them to put out the additional Blu-ray edition of their documentary. Then we have a new edition of Zine podcast, just came out today, interviewing YX, talking about the 4K executable graphics that have been popularized in the demo scene for 18 years now. It's been a very long time since the first time this competition was imagined. Had some twists and turns, and it became quite popular, especially with a lot of newcomers that came into the demo scene for the first time and really saw this place as a nice niche competition to wet your feet, as a lower barrier of entrance than doing real-time stuff. And at the same time, it's very interesting because you can explore more processing power, more rendering time to work on your single images. Everything executed, 4 kilobytes. Great interview with YX, explained the whole concept behind it, what is the category itself, and the different resources that exist for you to get started doing those things. So yeah, do highly recommend it. And that's it in terms of demo scene related media that we had coming out this month, but we have a lot more stuff still to show you. Next up, we have some out of compo releases, and I'm going to start off with hardware accelerated 3D. Talked about this before, but they finally made a more robust proof of concept. Actually feels like a real demo. I don't know why they just recorded a video. It didn't submit it to any demo party, but here it is. You can see it on this link here. Finding some undocumented 3D acceleration on Arduinos and making a demo out of it for the Arduino Mega 2560. Other out of compo releases that we had earlier this month, we had Amiga Chip Addiction Volume 1 by CMAP, a music disc for the Amiga. Then we had a couple of art packs being released. Lazarus number 17. We'll also have another art pack later on. This one is pretty good as well. One of the few active groups on the Ashinansi scene, putting out another pack. Then we had a party pack by Artstate. It's a demo pack of Amiga entries, putting together all the party releases that happened during this month and the previous month. You can see a lot of stuff here from the latest occurring demo parties. The last one from Artstate, apparently, that they're going to release. Then we had a nice little summer greetings intro by Istari, also released earlier this month, outside of any compos. And then the final version of Observer's revision intro, support for Firefox, cleaning up some bugs that had the custom stuttering issues. Now you can pre-compile or pre-render the music so you don't have any replaying issues. So just a final version of that. And also I think there's some hotkeys now to show and hide the text as well. So a few little things. And the other art pack that was also released this month is by Fire, another group active in the Ashinansi scene, doing some pretty good releases as well. So yeah, two very good art packs released this month. So props to the Ashinansi scene for keeping it alive and well. And these are the old releases outside of any competitions that we had this month. But we had quite a few demo parties happening, so let's get into that as well. First, we had Pagadata happening in Sweden. Let's take a quick look at that. I should probably be on this side, I think. Not all the entries have been uploaded to scene.org just yet, but you can see the video archive of the entire live stream through SceneSat, and I have the link on the description below as well. So if you want to check out some of these compos and you can't find the releases, check out the video as well. So Amos demo won by Laxative Effects with Lethal Precision. Amiga demo single entry was won by Tech. Amiga graphics only entry won by CTOPS. Amiga music won by Slays, C64 demo won by FairLight with a very cute little intro, exploring this bug that puts a little gray dot when you try to access this register, and it's an undocumented bug apparently, but they pretty familiar with it, and they figured out ways to use it to put just dots on screens and draw lines with it, so they decided to make a demo about it. And it's really cool, cute, to a cute way that you explore a bug in a creative way. So that's really interesting to see. Second place to Triad, who also does some very interesting stuff as well. And third place to Automata by Inversion, which is also a very solid demo. A few other intros as well that were released on the competition. C64 Graphics Compo, as usually on the Commodore 64 party's very strong competition. Master Puppet by the Sarge won. Two Flower got second place. Black Light by Facet, amazing picture as well, got third place. Pagatos by the Dinskzival got fourth place. Why isn't it loading? I don't know. Come on, it's there. Why aren't you loading? There we go. And Zoltar was actually a Petsky animated thing, and it's weird that they allow both animated Petsky and fixed graphics into the same thing. But well, it is what it is. Lick It Up by Mikhail got sixth place, and yeah, a few other interesting entries as well. You can download everything on a single D64 disk out of Zine.org and play all of the graphics entries as well. C64 music was won by Fegelhuz, with Proton getting second place. And the Wild Compo had a very cute little Game Boy demo called The Chorus Continues, the story of a little girl trying to make a hit song with the Game Boy apparently. And then the Laser Vision Tracked Mode, the demo for the Commodore 64. I'm not sure why it was submitted to the Wild Compo and not Commodore 64 demo. It's pretty solid, it's just a one screen, but it's pretty solid entry. So yeah, this was Pagadata, nice little demo party happening in Sweden, follow up to the Goob Data party organizing, continuation of Goob Data says right here. And yeah, good party for the Commodore 64 and Amiga. Then we had Posadas party happening in Spain, which became quite famous last year after Batman Group released their mega demo there. And this year Batman Group wasn't as active, but the other Amiga groups really submitted stuff to Posadas, so it was really cool to see all the different submissions. AGA intro, only one intro, but pretty solid stuff by Focus Design. Why isn't the image opening? There is no image. But I saw this demo before and it was pretty solid. 64K intro even. Now it opens. Okay, it's just slow. Executable music won by Joss with The Lost Ninja. Fast graphics, only two entries. Sexy Yuanda won. Second place for Amiga Force Troll. Homebrew games, two games for the Amiga. Both of them were platformers. And then the OCS Crack Throw competition, which is a first time that happened. Crack Throw competition was a call that was announced on the invitation intro, and a lot of groups ended up submitting. Just one screen, the return of Swiss Cracking Association. And why the hell isn't this refreshing the... There we go. Capsule also did an entry. Batman Group got third place. Ozone, Software Failure, and the Customs. So really cool to see, crack intros being done again for the Amiga, which is not that common since there aren't that many new Amiga games needing crack throws. You can still see some now and again, especially for old games that were kind of lost and never cracked or specially trained. Sometimes you see a new crack throw intro. A lot of them usually by Scoopex. But yeah, cool to see a dedicated crack intro competition and pretty solid releases. OCS demo compo was won by Compo Fillers, the only entry that was submitted. Some very good pixel art by Critical, who won the OCS pixel art competition. And then track music was won by Fireboy with Istari getting number 2, and DJ Uno getting 3rd place. Wild compo was won by Commodore 64 Intro and a Bad Apple for the VIC-20. I think there was already a VIC-20 version of Bad Apple, wasn't there? Well, now there is one more, and we can never have enough. So yeah, nice little party in Spain dedicated to the Amiga. The live stream was pretty chill as well. You can also, I'm not sure if it's still available, but I saw it on Twitch at least, but I'm not sure if the VOD was recorded. Anyways, moving on to the next party, because we had quite a few parties happening in the beginning of July. We go back to Sweden, this time for Sommarhack, which is dedicated to the Atari scene. So quite a few intros submitted, invitation intros for that. 256-byte intro was won by Marquee Design. With Algo Rift doing some 3D shenanigans there, and Water Effect 2nd place. Some stuff for the Atari portfolio, special little hardware that's been getting some love from the demo scene for the last couple of years, and another cry for the Atari Jaguar got 4th place. 32K music competition was won by 505, which is a legend in Atari music. Demo and intro competition was won by Replay by Swedish MFX, SMFX. I saw this demo, was pretty solid demo. I saw it on the live stream. Hasn't been added for download just yet, but it's pretty solid. Then we had the Circuitry of Desire by DHS, getting 2nd place, and 3rd place Across the Borders by Effect. Make More Short Demos by Decadence, a party-coded demo, was also pretty solid and very small. Was pretty solid demo. Chiaroscuro by Evolution getting 5th place, and Overlanders 6th place. Swedish MFX doing another portfolio demo as well. They had already done one last year, I believe. Televenture Summer Edition Invitation by Desire, and a music disc by Psycho Hacking Force in 9th place. Low-res graphics compo was won by Jade, 2nd place by Critical, both of them amazing entries. 3rd place bass by Nitric, all three of these entries really good quality. Atari ST graphics competitions, not that many people active, but the quality is definitely good. Monochrome demo, Monism by Sync. I missed this one, so I'm not sure if it's any good or not, but the voting was pretty good. So maybe that is a good indicator. Should definitely check it out. Done specifically for the monochromatic mode of the Atari. Then they had a special grayscale photo competition, which was won by Evil of DHS. Then the Wild Compo was won by a game called Adam Is Me. I think this was a port for the Atari Falcon. And it's an interesting concept. It's like Sokoban, but with a twist to it. And I saw a gameplay video of it, and it seemed pretty good. So yeah, 2nd place Cooking with Gwem. Gwem teaches us how to cook cheeseburgers. It's a cute little video. It didn't deserve 2nd place by any means whatsoever, but it's a nice little video. I don't know why people still haven't, like 30 years into the demo scene and people still don't know how to vote. It's amazing. And then the Impulse Summer Hack 2023 JavaScript demo by Impulse, which haven't been active since the 90s. So welcome back, Impulse, into the active demo scene. I think this effect in particular is like heavily inspired by another, by an entry from Shader Toy. But it was a pretty solid demo. The music was ripped though, so they lose a few points for that. But overall, it's great to see them back and active again. So really looking forward to see more Impulse demos in the future with more original material, hopefully. Broken Buzzers got 4th place, just a music entry, and Over You, streaming music entry as well by Ube, got 5th place, and in 6th place just a photo, but a color photo, so I guess that's why it wasn't submitted to the black and white competition. photo of First Love by Overlanders. So put into a floppy. So yeah, this was Sommarhack wrong button. This was Sommarhack 2023. Meanwhile, also in Sweden, the PC competition, the PC scene also had a party. At the same weekend, I don't understand what's up with Sweden, why they can't, like, they have 3 demo parties, or maybe even 4 demo parties in the space of like 2 weeks. Why can't they spread them out? Anyways, Ashinansi and Petsky competition won by Burre. Animation video with the treasure hunt by Michaleos. The duck traveling season continues. Michaleos has been doing a whole series of these little animation videos. This one was also pretty good, fast made, but a cute story and a good execution. They had live graphics dual competition as well. They have face-to-face people drawing graphics, from what I understood. Low-res graphics competition was won by Elder of Genesis Project. Second place for Don Comer for the Commodore 64. It actually looks Atari more than Commodore 64. Because of the blockiness of the things. New School Demo Compo was won by Malum or Pete Pendas with this very dark thing, which is not usually what Pete Pendas usually does, so I was a bit surprised with that. And then in second place, FCK, the group who did the very dark demo last year, did this very funny demo, colorfully funny, called FCK E23, and they got second place out of that. Tea Drinker did a very cool demo as well. He got third place out of that, reusing some of his older effects. All of the scenes was very well composed, so I really liked the demo overall. Felt like it was still missing something to be really that memorable, but I like the cleanliness on all of the scenes that he did. Like, all of them were really well polished and well thought of. So looking forward. And Tea Drinker is a relatively newcomer to the demo scene. I think he did his first submissions on the Love Bite Christmas thing. So I think, let me double check that actually. Yeah, February 2003. So good job, Tea Drinker. Keep up the cool work. Looking forward to seeing more stuff from you. Some other releases from FCK, Ducklight getting 5th place, 6th place for the Jokers. New School Graphics going to Dir Grip, which the first time I saw this, I was like, why did they submit a photo to the graphics competition? This is actually rendered in Blender. It's actually a Blender render. So yeah, it's all real. All real. All computer graphics stuff. And you can see, like, the mouse is an actual, like, Amiga tank mouse. So yeah, nice idea, good execution, good realism on the grass itself, on the whole setting overall. So well done, Dir Grip. Congratulations. New School intro competition was won by Tazadoom with a 4K intro called Palmespraert, something like that. Old School Demo Compo won by FairLight, looking for Atlantis demo done in a week, from what I heard from the prize giving. Beyond Sea Level by 5 Finger Punch for the ZX Spectrum got second place, also pretty solid little demo there by 5 Finger Punch. I haven't seen the other two, Jurassic Retreat and Precision Datafila by Vix and FairLight, but do check them out as well. Old School Graphics was won by Dr. Terrors with No Escape, and then second place Fish Fest by Tea Drinker. Old School Music won by Viklund, second place to her Trident. Photo was won by Platoon all the way. I think actually this Demoscene doesn't have the placings yet, but yeah, I remember that it was won by Platoon. The first 2 places was won by Platoon. The third place was won by someone else. Yeah, I'm not sure which one won, but all of his photos are pretty good. So yeah. Stream music competition was won by Snur. Second place for Two Slays. TIC-80 Byte Battle was won by Jorel. Tracker music competition won by KRDN. I'm not sure how to say Carden, I guess. Congratulations, Carden, on winning that as well. We have still one more demo party to go to, which is the Lost Party happening in Poland. A lot of events happening in the beginning of July, as I mentioned. So Lost Party and 8-bit party happening in Poland, open to all sort of different 8-bit platforms, Commodore 64, Spectrum, Atari, etc. 16K intro compo was won by Fancy Rats for Commodore 64. The 1K intro compo was won by Joker with an Into the Sunshine 1K intro. Well, all of them were 1K. 256-byte intro compo was won by Marquee Design with his Wayward entry. It was made by Super Rogue. Why isn't it showing up? Okay, now it shows up. Demo compo was won by ROM wasn't built in a day by Agenda. I haven't seen it yet, but I definitely want to check it out. And then a tribute to Axel F by Lepsy D on second place. Game compo won by the Atari Vic Doom port, so apparently you can play Doom on the VIC-20 or the Atari. Well, probably not the VIC-20. But the Atari XL probably, not sure. Graphics compo was won by Piezo, second place by Carrion for Commodore 64, and the Lost Kyoto Garden by Tiger for the Atari XL. Facet to the Great Piece for the Commodore 64 as well. School all like. Facets submitted to so many different parties throughout this, like at least 3 images in space of 2 weeks submitted by him to different parties. 16 entries overall in the graphics competition, so very busy compo. Music compo also very busy. 13 entries was won by Retropositive by PG. VBXC, the special mode, graphics mode for the Atari, won by Sona of Messiah. And then the Wild compo was won by PG as well with a repaint video, which I have no clue what it is because I haven't seen it. AI recreate some of the iconic Atari 8-bit images. Okay, should be interesting since I am interested in artificial intelligence stuff, so that might be interesting to check out. So yeah, these were the things that happened at Lost Party this month. As I mentioned, a lot of things happening during the first week of July, and still have a couple more things to check out before we wrap things up. First up, the top of the month thing, mostly dominated by entries from X Party. There are a few other entries already from Posadas as well. Mostly stuff from X Party. And Heavy Cargo, this one was... Wow, where was this one from? Posadas as well, okay. Good 64K, as I already mentioned before. In the end, is this from X Party? Yes, it is. Okay. So yeah, a lot of X Party stuff listed here mostly, and a few other things. Also some stuff from Nova, also creeping in. Last but not least, we have to take a look at the parties that are still incoming, because July, so many things happening in July in terms of the demo scene. Underground Conference was cancelled, as we mentioned. There's this Amiga group happening in Sweden as well. Called also Sommarhack, to be more confusing with the Atari Sommarhack, I guess, or because it's just the thing that they call in Sweden. We have Black Valley happening in Norway, which promises to be good since it's the only active Norwegian demo party. Arok 8-bit party happening in Hungary, also this coming weekend. Kansas Fest happening in the United States. A couple things happening in Germany. 664 party, I think. Happening at the same time, or 1 week before Evoke, which is the main party happening in Germany this month. Same weekend we have Graphaton happening in Finland, Syntax Society Summer Party in Sweden, and the Assembly Summer happening shortly after that in Finland. So yeah, a lot of demo parties still happening this month. Probably going to split July the July video into 3 parts, as I mentioned, depending on how many entries are released at Black Valley and a rock party, and how many stuff outside of Compos is also released in between. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video. All of the links are in the description below, as always. Hope you have a great day. Enjoy all the Demoscene releases that you might have missed. See you next video. Bye bye, everybody. Take care.